Dear students in grade 12, good afternoon and welcome to our English seminar for today. This is Umayma Sharba, Senior Supervisor in the Ministry of Education. I and my colleagues are going to talk about Unit 2. So let's welcome Ms. Samara Asrawi, an English teacher from Damascus Countryside Directorate. Good afternoon, Ms. Samar.
Good afternoon. Yeah, thank you very much. How
Thank
are
you. I'm fine, thank you.
Okay.
And Ms. Amal Ad-Dirra, an English teacher from Damascus Countryside Directorate. Good afternoon, Ms. Amal.
Good afternoon. You are welcome.
You are welcome. Thank you for joining
very
us
much.
for this seminar. Thank you very much.
For nothing.
Well,
Yes.
dear students, you know that in Unit 12 we are going to talk about success. So in Unit 2 we will talk about success. There are many skills to be studied in this unit. You know the 4 important skills: the listening, the reading, the writing, and you know the speaking. We have grammar, everyday English. We have to talk about the idioms. Okay, we will try in this session to give you idea about these skills. Now, if you have any question, please don't hesitate. Call us and we are ready to answer all of your questions. So to speak about the content of this unit, I have stated on the laptop, please. Well, I have stated that we will talk about listening. You are going to listen for specific information, and in the speaking, you are going to discuss and give opinions. The reading, you will read about wishes, how to start doing something. Well, writing, you will write about an experience. You will learn to write about an experience. Grammar, we have revision of tenses, you know. In the first unit, we have revision of tenses as well in the unit number 2. Today we will talk about the past, if you are, you know. Well, we will talk about the pronunciation. We are going to discuss how to pronounce the ED and the vocabularies, the success idioms. Okay? Now, this is about the content of the unit. What? Well, to start with talking about success. What's success? Well, dear, let's clarify. What does it mean? This word is a really very important word, and every person wants to be a successful person in life, right? So, what does it mean? How to be a successful person in life? What are the factors? How? Is it money? Is it working hard? So let's see. Would you please, dear colleagues, talk about this subject?
Yes, again, good afternoon, dear students. Here we are going to talk about success, and it's a perfect job to start your books with the future careers and then with success. Okay, so success has different meanings, such as studying, for example, learning, and maybe we have many words that express about success or express success.
Yes,
let's
you are
start.
Right.
Yes, Ms. Amal.
Yes, to success means a great word. Everybody of us look for it actually in our daily life.
Yes, you are right.
And if we divided the word success into letters, we can have every letter with a value of success. For example, the letter S goes, for example, self-confidence.
Yes, you are right. So if we want to speak about this word success, each letter of it goes with a meaning.
Yes.
Now let's know about the meaning. I don't know why they didn't present the laptop. We have the... sorry, there is a technical problem. Meet you after 1 minute. Yes.
إننا لناجحون قد سهرنا قد تعبنا لكن أبدا ما مللنا قد سهرنا قد تعبنا لكن أبدا ما مللنا للأمام سائرون للمعالي صاعدون ناجحون إننا لناجحون الليل قمنا ما وهنا بل عزمنا اجتهدنا الليل قمنا على المكاره صابر قمم الفخار صاعدون ناجحون ناجحون إننا لناجحون في الليالي أين كنا سائلون التقيم عنا في الليالي أين كنا سائلون التقيم عنا للفراش تاركون للكتاب قارئون ناجحون ناجحون إننا لناجحون ناجحون ناجحون إننا لناجحون اسمعوا يا حاضرون إننا لناجحون ناجحون ناجحون إننا لناجحون اسمعوا يا حاضرون إننا لناجحون.
Dear, sorry for this technical problem and the interruption. We were talking about Unit 1, as we say. Unit 2, sorry, to talk about success. I have just stated the main points to be discussed in this unit. I talked about the listening, speaking, reading and writing. I talked about the everyday English and about the pronunciation and grammar. Now, if you see, I have asked my colleagues to talk about the word success, because it's really a very important word and I like their opinion about it. What is success, right? Now, success, if we repeat the last point,
Yes.
please.
Yes, sure. In my turn, I talked about success, and I said that it has many definitions, such as studying, learning, hard work, maybe. And some people, I think, some people think that success means money.
Yes,
Yeah.
sorry
I don't know if
for
you
this.
agree with this point, but
Thank you.
it should be mentioned because it's in our lesson. Yes?
Thank you. Yes.
Okay.
Success is a great thing that we all we are all looking for in our daily life.
You are
Yes.
right. Thank you very much. And the word success itself contains many important letters which refer
Yes.
to very great meanings.
Yes.
Now
Yes,
let's
sure.
talk about them, each letter alone. And let's choose the best answer, A or B, that represent the letter of the word success. Okay?
Yes. For example, let's talk about the letter S, the beginning of the success word. It refers for self-confidence.
Of course, thank you.
Yeah, you know that someone or everyone needs confidence to be
Self-confidence
successful.
is very
Yes,
important.
sure.
So the letter
Yes.
S, it refers or goes to the self-confidence.
Yes.
Thank you
Yes,
very
sure.
much.
Okay.
Next.
Yes, the letter U, you can say that the value in this letter is understanding. You have
Yes.
to be understood in every situation in your life.
Thank you very much. Next.
And the first C refers to courage. Yeah,
Yes.
sure. Okay. And
It
The
refers to
other
courage.
letter C also, we can say that it refers to clarity of purpose.
That's right. Thank you. Next.
letter E goes for experience.
Yes.
Okay.
The first S, we can say that it is smiling. You have to be always smiling and optimistic in your
Of course.
life.
Okay, what about self with me? So we have here self-acceptance.
Of course, that's
Okay.
right. Thank you very much. So each letter stands for very important meaning. I hope that everyone. Now, what does success mean? According to the lesson, you have a reading text, and the student should know the meaning of the text. So, as it talks about success, and we clarify the letters, the word itself, what does the success mean? Yes, please.
Yes, what does success mean? We are going to talk about our lesson. We start with success is no accident. So it doesn't happen like that. No, it's hard work. It needs also for perseverance, learning, studying, sacrifice, and most of all, love of what you are doing or learning to do. Success by definition means to accomplish your goals.
Thank you very
Yeah,
much.
it's very important to put your goal and accomplish your goals to be successful.
So it's hard work. Thank you.
Yes.
Now, how do people look at success? How do they view success?
The view of people towards the success may differ from one person to another.
Yes.
Some people define success by measures such as wealth, position, status, and one's capabilities. It's also believed by many people that a successful person must be rich, for example, have a lot of money. But in many cases, money cannot buy you success. In fact, there are some factors which help us be successful.
Excellent, thank you. So as you state that there are some factors, let's talk about these factors. What are they?
Yeah, okay, factor number one, let's start by setting your goals. You should have a goal. Sure, having a goal is an essential thing, but it should be a SMART goal. What do we mean by SMART? Also here we have abbreviation for the word SMART,
Right.
which is achievable in brief, but it means specific, measurable, achievable, realistic, and timely or time-bound.
Thank you very
Okay.
much. So the SMART goal, now we are talking about the SMART goal. Now it's specific,
Yes.
measurable, achievable, realistic, and timely.
Yeah,
so when
sure.
you state your goals, we always tell our students to state their goals, which are specific, measurable, achievable, realistic, and timely. Thank you very much. Yes, yes, please.
Yes, we don't only set a goal. We have also to commit to it, to remind ourselves that it's not the end of the road. Even if we failed, we have to keep trying.
And you know that in the activity book, when we talk about success, we talk about fail.
Yeah,
that
sure.
there are many people who start their life as failure, then they become very successful
Yes.
people in life.
And
That's
yes.
right. Now about setting the goals, yes. So it requires to stretch their capabilities, as you
Yes,
say,
and to
and
stay
stay
committed.
Committed.
Of course. Thank
Yes.
you. What's the important
Of timing.
of time?
Of timing.
Timing
Yes.
is very important.
Every time I say timing, timing, timing. Timing also is a crucial ingredient to success. The only method of obtaining good timing is through repetition or experience.
You are right.
So
Thank
you should have repetition. You should exercise or practice more and more and more.
Repeat doing
Repeat
the
everything
same
and
things.
experience to get the experience.
Yes.
Okay.
Some of the famous people and successful people, you know, who failed many times, when they asked him, you failed, you are a failure, you failed many times, 10,000 times maybe, he said, no, I didn't.
I haven't, yes, I
haven't
haven't
failed
failed,
once. I haven't failed once. Well, that's
Yes.
right. Thank
Yeah,
you.
sure.
Now, to talk about another factor.
When thinking about success, we have to think about confidence. You have to be strong when facing life obstacles. So,
Of course.
confidence is important to be successful.
Of course.
We have to start with a smaller tasks, then have a higher chance of success to build up confidence.
Of course, thank you very much. So to start with the smaller task, sometimes with simple things, then
Yes.
we move on and build on these simple.
It
and
may
small,
lead
yes.
to success.
They lead to success. Thank you very much. Now, what about parents?
Yeah,
We talk
yeah.
about success, about our students. We encourage all people. What's about the role of parents? Yes, please.
Yeah, at Unit 1, if you remember, we talked about the role of parents when we talk about future career. And here we are talking about parents again to build up confidence
Of course.
in their children. So parents should help their younger children to build up confidence and become successful and happy in their life.
Of course.
They should discover at an early age the talents, which mean aptitude, of their children and help them to grow their gift and take care of their needs and interests.
You are right.
Don't
Thank you.
demotivate your children, please.
Of course.
Yeah,
the,
sure.
Yes, the role of parents is very important
Yeah, sure.
indeed. Okay, you are right. Next, please, to talk about
Yes.
something else related to success.
Actions, our lesson says that actions are louder than words. These are
course.
very great words, actually. Yes, we have to keep trying and trying and trying until we reach finally our goal.
Thank you very much. You stated exactly the way it should be. Thank you.
Yes.
Next.
Yes, you have to start, and every step taken by you in the direction of your dreams and goals brings you closer at jet speed.
Right.
Okay, and nothing happens, nothing at all, until you take action. To be successful, you have to do what successful people do.
Right. So what do successful people do? What do
Yes.
they do?
Successful people define success as 10% inspiration and 90% perspiration.
Of course. So we have to follow and do what they do. Okay,
Yes.
those successful people. Now,
Yes,
what's
sure.
the golden rule?
The golden rule is to achieve success is to keep learning.
Of course.
Don't stop. These are three dangerous words. I know that. If you give order to your mind that's enough, surely it will stop working.
Yes.
So, if you have read or heard about something you don't know, if you are not rich and successful the way you want, then you don't know.
Of course.
Of course, become a learn-it-all rather than know-it-all.
Of course, we have to learn, keep learning till the end of life, till the end of our life. And it's very important to say, I learn it all, to put in mind, learn it all, not know it all. Three very dangerous
Yeah,
words.
sure.
You are right, because life is a game. How?
It is significant to know that things don't just happen to your benefit by themselves. You must work hard to make them happen. Life is like a game in which playing to win matters more than playing not to lose.
Of course, more than. So things, this is very important. Things don't happen by themselves. Okay, we have. It's like life, like a game. To win matters, not playing not to lose. Very
Life is
important
not
word.
accident.
Of course. So we have talked about this reading text, clarify the meaning of success, and we gave the factors.
Yes,
Now let's
sure.
talk about some vocabularies, the meaning, to define some words and give them meanings. So let's choose the meaning or definition of the following words. Okay, and you know that it's an exercise in the student book.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
okay. Here are some
We have a
words.
word,
Yes,
yes.
we have some words, and they need for definition. And let's start with the word perseverance,
Yes.
which means determination to keep trying to achieve something in spite of difficulties.
Of course.
Yes.
So among the other three meanings, okay, we have this meaning which define the word
Perseverance.
perseverance, the determination to keep
Yes.
trying to achieve something in spite of difficulties.
Yes.
Okay. Oh, thank you. Next, please.
Yes, we have the word sacrifice. Yes, it means when you decide not to have something valuable in order to get something that is more important.
You are right. So sacrifice also is very important word. Thank you. Next, please.
Yes, trigger, which
Trigger.
means to start. Yes, I think like that. So here we are with trigger to initiate or activate something, and from me, motivate.
You are right.
Okay.
Thank you. And the word number 4.
Inevitably means certain to happen and cannot be avoided.
You are right. Thank
Yes.
you. Next,
Yes, perspiration, hard work.
of course, perspiration, hard work. All these words relate to success. And we talked about vocabulary. Now, you know that in this unit we have some idioms related to success.
Yes.
Now, what are these idioms? Let's put them in an exercise and do it. We can explain them according to the sentences given in the student book. You know that we have to replace the underlined phrases with the correct form of the suitable idioms in the books. So let's first read these idioms, okay? Then we read each sentence and replace
Separate,
the
yes.
correct idiom
Yeah,
in
sure.
its suitable place. Yes, please.
Yeah, okay. First of all, you have to remember that idioms shouldn't be translated word by word.
Yes.
Just we have a specific meaning behind this idiom. For example, to back the wrong horse, which means to pick up or choose someone who always fails.
Yes.
For example, another one is a test. Okay, I know that the word test maybe attract you to say that you get high marks or high score in your test.
Yes.
To join the ranks of, which means to become part of something, and on a roll, which means making a lot of progress.
Excellent.
And to be dead in the water, what do you think? You are dead. No, it's it's to fail.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, so here we have some sentences and we have to replace the underlined phrases with the
One of
suitable
these.
idiom.
That's
Okay,
right.
let's
Thank you.
get
Let's
started.
Start with it.
Okay.
Yes, please. With the first one.
Yes. His efforts didn't work at all. There is a little hope for his project to be successful in the future. His project is dead in the water.
Yes.
He
because-
fails,
yes,
actually.
there is little hope for this project to be successful in the future, so it's dead in the water. Thank you. Next.
Yes.
So,
if you get high score on your English test, let me,
yes.
you can go to the party. Say her parents. So here we have, if you ace a test, okay, you can go to the party.
You are correct. So if you get high score in your math test, you can go to the party, her parents say. Well, it means ace a test.
test,
That's
yes.
right. Thank you. Next.
When you make a lot of progress and success, that means that you are on a roll.
Of course. Thank you. It means that you are on a roll. Thank
Yes.
you. Next.
Don't support someone you know he always fails. I think he will lose the match. So don't back the wrong horse. I think it will lose the match. Okay.
Yes. That's right. Thank you.
Okay? Thousands of young people become part of the unemployed each summer when they leave school. The meaning of become part of, join the ranks of.
Of course, become part of, it means join the rank of.
Yes.
So you have just replaced the meaning of these idioms
Yes,
in the
sure.
With the
sentences
correct
Okay.
idiom.
as they are given in the student's book.
Yes.
You are right. Thank you very much. Now we will move to something else, to another skill. We have finished talking about the idioms, the vocabularies, the lesson, the reading text. Well, in this unit, we have pronunciation, which is very important.
Yes, of
You know, later on, we will talk about the past, and we will explain to our students what
Sure.
what's the past, the simple continuous. It's a revision of tenses, the simple continuous and the past perfect. We know that in the simple past we have something for the regular verbs. The regular verbs, we add ed to the verb in order to form the past, the simple past. Now this ed has pronunciation according to the verb itself, how it ends. We have a letter or a sound according to the sound which ends the word itself, the verb, and when we add ed, we have pronunciation. Now we will talk about this, how to pronounce the ed. Well, we have three options.
Yes.
To pronounce it T or D
D
or
or
E.
ed.
Okay?
Yes.
Yes.
Well, let's talk about this. So how to pronounce that?
The first group of letters
E.
will be if the verb ends with these letters sh, ch, s, p, k, if, then we pronounce the ed at the last end of the verb as the letter
T. Thank you. T.
Okay.
So if the verb ends with one of these sounds,
Yes,
if
sure.
the verb ends with one of these sounds, as you said, thank you, the sh, p, k, s, f. So we pronounce the ed T.
As T sound, yes.
You are correct. Thank you very
Sound.
much. It's
Yes.
very nice to
example,
know this.
wash,
Example.
washed.
Yes. So we notice this verb wash, that it ends
It
with these
ended
two
with
letters sh, which are pronounced sh sound. So when we
Okay.
add ed, it's pronounced t. It's washed.
Washed.
Thank you very much.
Yes.
Next, please.
Yes, the second sound or pronunciation for ed is, for example, ed. Why? Because if the verb ends in T or D sound, so the pronunciation will be ed. For example, we have need and needed.
Needed.
Yeah,
In
it's
the
very
past.
clear. Need,
Yes.
needed.
Thank you.
Yes.
So as you say, so we have another pronunciation for the ed when the verb ends with the d or t.
Yes.
It's pronounced. This ed is pronounced id.
Ed.
Like this example,
Need,
needed.
needed.
Thank you.
For
Yes?
the rest of the letters, for example, we pronounce ed like the letter D.
D.
Yes.
Yes, of course. Thank you. Well, we also talk about, we have another pronunciation for this ed. We pronounce the rest, yes, as you said, you are right, thank you. Like when we say about vowels, right?
Yes,
when we
sure.
have vowels, we pronounce the ed as D.
Vowel D, sure.
Yes.
Of course, for the rest of this. So we state, when we say that we have some sounds and we add ed and it's pronounced chi. We started with this. Then we have the chi and d. It's pronounced id.
Sure.
For the rest,
Of
the
the
vowels,
letters
the
or
rest of
the
all
voice.
the letters,
We pronounce
it
D.
D. That's right. Thank you very much.
Example, play, played.
Played.
Like play, played. And now, in order to make it clear for our students, we have an exercise from the
Yes.
book. We have different words and to put them in a table in the suitable place according to the sound. These words end with some letters, and according to the ending of the verb, we pronounce the
yes.
ed.
Yes.
Now let's do it. Now here we have different verbs.
Yes.
Will you please start?
Yeah, I will start. First, I will mention that, dear students, you have to put an or stop in the end of the verb, and
Yes.
then we pronounce. For example, helped. Yes.
Help.
Listen. Yes, helped.
Thank you.
Believed. Believed.
Of course.
Okay. Finished. Finished. And ended. Ended.
Right.
And then missed. Missed. At last, we have wanted. Wanted.
Right.
Okay.
Yes, we have, for example, ordered, educated, called, needed, realized.
That's right. Thank
Yes.
you.
Yes.
Thank you. So you notice that we put in the one column when we pronounce the last letter of the verb itself. When the ed is pronounced t, we have these verbs. We have the helped, finished, washed, and missed. Okay.
Sure.
When we have this
With the sound,
pronunciation
yes.
of ed,
The
when this
sound D.
pronunciation is d, so we have believed, called, ordered, and
realized.
realized.
Okay.
Well, the id, we pronounce the ed when we have the ending of each verb. We have ended, wanted, educated,
and
and needed. Okay?
Okay.
Good.
Okay.
Now, that's all about pronouncing the ed. Let's move on to grammar. And you know that in Unit 2 we have revision of grammar. We
Yes.
will talk about the past.
Tenses.
Yes.
We have to talk about the past tense.
Tense,
Okay? Now, you know, we always talk about the different cases. We have the simple past, we have the past continuous,
yes,
the past
past perfect,
perfect, and the past perfect continuous.
Yes.
Now let's talk about each one of them and give examples to our students to make it clear.
Yeah, sure. Let's say start talking about simple past. You know that each form has its own form and usage and, for example, negative and the question and so on and so forth. Let's talk about simple past form. In affirmative case, we have subject
Yes.
and we have the verb to or the past symbol okay, and complement or the rest of the sentence. This
Right.
is for affirmative. For negative form, we have, you know, that we have to negate with using didn't and verb 0 or infinitive and the complement. And whenever you want to form a question, you have to use WH word and the auxiliary did, the subject, and then the infinitive or verb 0. Okay,
You
this
are
is
right.
the form in brief.
Yeah.
But you know that we need some words or some time references to say that we are in the past tense.
Of course.
Okay, so we have some adverbs here, maybe the next slide.
Yes.
Okay, we have ago, we have yesterday, last, previous. We need something that refer the action started and completed or finished in the past.
Yes.
Okay, so here we have, whenever you say 2 years ago, so it's finished.
Yes.
Whenever you say yesterday, also it's finished.
Last month.
Yes, last night,
time.
last week, yes.
Any-
And the 20th century, for example.
Yes.
Okay.
It refers to an
The
action which
action
finished
is
in the past.
completed.
So we
Yes,
have a time
yes.
reference, something which tells us about the past. So we know that we deal in the past. Okay, and as you said, there are some adverbs, some time reference. You say that sometimes some students say keywords in the
Yeah,
sentence. Maybe.
Yeah, okay.
Well, these words refer to the past. Well, when do we use the past? What about the usage?
Yeah, we use simple past or verb to for finished actions in the past.
Yes.
For example, they played football. They played, and pay attention. They played football yesterday.
Of course.
Okay.
Thank you. Now, we have stated everything about the simple past. We say that
Yes.
it's verb to, or we say it's the past simple, the second form of the verb, and the affirmative sentence. To talk it, it's a revision of tenses. So we say that in the affirmative we have the subject, the verb of the sentence is in the past, verb to, then we have the complement. When we make the negative, we make the didn't, we use didn't with all the pronouns.
Yes.
I didn't, you didn't go, he
Sure.
didn't go, they didn't go. That's it. Okay, and the verb is in the base form of the verb. When we make the negative, as well the question. When we use the question word, when we have the WH question, we use the question word first. Then we have this.
Auxiliary.
Then we have the did. Well, I'm talking about the simple past. I'm still in the simple past. Before moving, it's according to the
Yes.
slide. Technical problems as. Okay.
That's helpful.
Well, now we will
Okay.
talk about the past
Past
perfect.
perfect.
Past
Yes.
perfect tense, any verb that connect the past with the present, the indefinite past actually with the present, we use it with the past perfect tense.
Yes.
Yes, and if you wanted to talk about this tense, we have to watch the three cases of or forms of the sentence:
sentence,
the
yeah.
affirmative, the negative, and the question.
Well, first of all, we have to state that the past perfect, we have a form of the verb.
Yes.
Always, with all the pronouns used, with all the subjects, we have the form of the verb had with the
plus
past participle of the verb,
participle, yes,
verb
sure.
3. But had with the past participle
Participle.
of the verb.
the verb.
And the past perfect refers to an action which happened and before
yes.
another action,
Another
Yes.
action
in the
yes.
past. When we speak about the past, we have the simple past and we have the past perfect. The past perfect happened and finished before another action
In the
the
past.
past.
In the past,
okay?
yes.
Now let's talk about the affirmative, negative, and question
The
forms.
affirmative form is subject, had, plus past participle, and the complement of the sentence. We make it negative by using hadn't and the past participle form of the verb.
Good.
And the complement, of course. And the question form will be WH word plus had, subject, verb 3, and the complement. And of course, don't forget the question mark.
Of course, thank you
Yes.
very much. That's right. Now to talk about the adverbs or to talk about time reference, when they help sometimes to know that we use or we are dealing with the past perfect, are they?
The past perfect deals with the sequence of the actions. Okay, so the adverbs will deal with that. For example, we have before,
Yes.
after, when, and so on.
Yes, and so on, as well as
Yes.
by the time,
Yes, by the time is an important
by
clue.
the end of, for example, 1992,
Yes.
they had climbed some or a mountain.
The Himalayas, for example.
Yes,
So many.
you are right. You are right. Thank you all the time. And so all of these are referenced. Now let's talk about the uses.
The
of the
usage,
past perfect.
yes, to describe a verb that had happened before another verb in the past.
Excellent. To describe a verb that had happened before
another
another verb in
action
the
in the
past. Would you
past,
please
yes.
give us
The
an
example, they had played football, then they did their homework.
Of course, they had played football. It means that first of
This is
all,
the
in
first
the past,
action.
they had played. Then they did their homework.
Yes.
That's right. Thank you. Now, that's all about the past perfect. Let's give a brief idea about the past continuous. What's the past continuous? Yes, please.
Yes, here also we have a specific form for past continuous. For example, we have the subject and verb to be as an auxiliary, okay, was, were, and plus present participle, which is verb ing, and the rest of the sentence. I know that we have to classify our pronouns. For example, let's say I, he, she, it, and singular noun should take was, and the other group, we, you, they, and plural nouns should take were, plus present participle verb ing.
For sure.
This
Thank
is
you.
for affirmative form. While negative form, yeah, it's easy. We have an auxiliary, so we use wasn't or weren't. And for making questions, I like it. Okay, WH word, was, were, plus subject and verb ing, and the complement or the rest of the sentence plus question mark.
That's right. Thank you very much. So the verb itself in the past continuous, we have the verb to be with the ing form of the verb, and if we form the negative or the question, we keep the ing form of the verb. Some students ask, what about the verb? Shall we do this as the simple past that we change, or the verb is in the main or the base form of the verb? We say no. Here the ing, we keep this form. He was playing football. He wasn't playing football.
Yeah, sure.
Or what was he playing? That's it. Playing. Okay. So we
Okay.
have this form of the verb to
Yes,
be
verb
with the
ing.
ing form of the verb.
And I want to remember my students or memorize
Yes, we
for
have to remind
stative,
our
yes, or
students.
remind our students about stative verbs. What do we mean by stative verbs?
Yes.
Yes, these verbs can't be used in ing form.
Yes, right.
Okay, yeah,
That's
sure.
very important point
For
to think
example, we
about.
have 5 groups of these verbs. Let's say stative verb about mental verbs.
Mental
okay, just for
Feelings.
example, know, think. For
Realize.
example, in brief, yes.
Understand,
We
for
use
example.
also, we can't use the position verb.
Yes.
For example, have or own. Senses, we can't give ing for seeing or hearing.
Right.
And for
Position.
position, I said position.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, you are right.
Okay, description,
So,
and so on and so
feeling.
forth.
You are correct.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yes.
Well, the student should know that the verb is a state verb or an action verb.
Yeah, sure.
Should learn about the state verbs. And we always
Long
talk
action
about
or short action also.
short action, and sometimes maybe one day in a session we will talk about these things in particular, because talking about state verb and action verb
Yeah, sure.
and the
We
uses,
need.
because some verbs have according to the meaning we have the use.
Definitely, yes.
Some verb, for example,
Okay.
think. When I say I was thinking about the problem, it's progressive or
Yeah, it's
continuous,
okay.
because
Yes,
it has
definitely.
a meaning different from I think she's beautiful.
With the meaning of
Okay.
believe. even.
Well,
Yes.
it's like belief. Now, we will talk about it in a session, because it's very important to know. But here, as we are talking about the continuous form,
Yes, we are
the
talking
past continuous,
about in brief, yes.
student should know that the state verbs are not used in a continuous form. Thank you. Now, what about the words or time reference that are used to know that we have
Yeah, we know that we have
continuous.
when, while, as, at the time. Okay, here we have these linking words.
Yeah,
Let's say,
they are
yeah,
linking
they are
words.
linking. They
Yes.
are linking two sentences.
Yes, you
and
are
here
right.
we have maybe three possibilities. For example, let's say, while I'm studying, my mother was cooking. Here we have the two actions are
In the past.
ongoing in the past at the
Right.
same time.
Right.
Okay, and another example, let's say, while I was studying, the phone rang. Okay, here we have some action or one action ongoing in the past while the other interrupt.
Yes, the
Okay.
other action interrupts it.
Okay,
Right.
and then maybe we have when I arrived home, and we have on the other side something my father left, for
Yes.
example. Okay, here we have the two actions in the past.
Yes,
it's
of
okay.
course.
Never
So
mind.
Yes, never mind. Don't be confused.
Yeah, don't be
I know
confused,
that,
sure.
dear students, don't be confused using these linking words, because as well they are used in many, they just link tenses
We have many
together.
possibilities, yes, in the past for
We have
these
many
linking words.
possibilities. Now what about the usage?
Yes, the usage of past continuous to describe an ongoing actions at a specific time in the past.
Right.
Yeah, here we have yesterday. Whenever you use yesterday, maybe you have to use verb to.
Right.
But I will continue my sentence to say yesterday at 12 o'clock. I give a specific time of yesterday. So I was studying at the library.
Excellent.
Okay. The other usage for past continuous is to describe an ongoing action at a specific time in the past, which was interrupted by another actions.
Yes.
Previously, I give you some examples. While I was cooking, my guests arrived.
We have interruption.
I
it's
was cooking, so here we have something that interrupts my
clear. So the
cooking.
action of cooking was continuous in the past, and the arrival of the guests interrupt
interrupt my
that
yes.
action. You are right. Thank you.
And number three, to talk about two past actions which were happening at the same time in the past.
The same time. Right.
For example, while I was playing tennis, Hani was preparing the lunch. That's it.
That's it. Thank you very much. Now we have stated everything related to the past continuous and to time reference,
Yes.
with the adverbials related to them, and how to link the past simple with the past continuous. Now let's talk about the past perfect continuous. Okay.
Yes, the past perfect continuous also, we have here two actions in the past. The first one was ongoing and lasted for a short time. Okay.
Very
And we can go to the form.
Yes, of course.
Yes. The general form, the affirmative sentence will be subject plus had, been, verb ing, and the complement.
Yes.
And as Ms. Summer said, we have to use here the verbs that are not stative verbs
They are
with this
active verbs.
tense.
Excellent. Thank you. Thank
Yes.
you very much.
And for the negative form, we use subject, hadn't, been, verb ing, and the complement. The question will be with the WH word, had, subject, been, verb ing, and the complement and the question mark.
That's right. Thank you very much. You have stated that we have the present perfect continuous. We have a perfect in the past and continuous at the same time. Continued
Yes.
in the past, so we have, and the form of the verb had been with verb ing. Okay?
Yes.
It's in the form of the verb.
And
you
it
said
happened
that we use
before another verb also in the past.
also in the past.
Yes.
It was progressive or in a continuous.
Lasted for a
continuous
short time.
Before,
Yes.
before another verb in the past.
Yes.
Now, what are the keywords or time reference which are used? Sometimes, you know, the meaning of the sentence is very important.
Yes.
But sometimes there are some words which are related to certain
Certain
verb.
cases of this
Okay?
kind of tenses. We have, for example, since, for, all,
We have,
plus a period of time.
of course,
Okay,
period
a
of time.
past time we can say, and of course we have a verb in the past. It's
Yes, of
essential
course.
in this kind of
It's
tenses.
very important to know that it's in the past.
Yes.
Now, what about the usage?
The usage, the first usage to describe an ongoing past action which was happening before another action in the past.
Of course.
Yes.
So it was continuous before another action, and
In
they
the
all
past.
happened in the past.
In
Yes,
the past,
sure.
yes. And an example for this tense will be, it was midnight. I had been studying for 6 hours.
Of course.
Yes.
Thank you. it was midnight, it's clear that the sentence is in the past, okay? And this action of studying had happened before. It continued, had been studying for 6 hours. So
Yes.
the period of time it is for, the action itself continued for 6 hours.
For 6
Had
hours,
continued.
yes, in
Thank
the
you very
past.
much. Now we have to look at look at these words, okay? Look at the underlying verbs in these sentences and answer questions below, okay? We have few sentences and we have an underlined, and the words are in red, okay?
Yes.
The
Okay.
color red. Would you please read the sentence?
Yes.
Read the sentence and answer some
Yeah, we will
questions.
comment on this, these sentences. A
Yes.
few weeks ago, so the action is finished already.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
A few weeks ago, a woman called to report a robbery at her house.
Okay. Yes, you are right. Thank you. Thank you. A few weeks ago, a woman called to report. Yes, look here. The picture is very nice. The sentence talks about single completed action in the past. What about the another sentence?
The use, the use
Yes,
of the
please.
tense in this sentence. This sentence talks about the single completed action in the past.
Yes, of course.
The last sentence.
Yes.
Yes.
Well, when you look at the sentence, she was watching. It happened at 4 in the afternoon when she was watching news on TV. Well, look at the picture. So this sentence provides a background scene about an action, okay? Now, we have the last sentence. Because we are
okay.
short of time, we have
Okay.
one
Okay.
last sentence left, please. Yes?
Yeah, okay. The burglar came in through the front door. Okay, this is the action number 1. Picked up the woman's handbag. Okay, action number 2. Empty it out, and action number 3 is stole. For action number 4, her purse. Here we have a series of actions in the past.
Right.
Okay.
So-
No need to read. Yes, okay.
So this sentence describes series of completed action in the past. So let's make another sentence.
Yes.
Times were
Times.
hard and the family had been struggling for some time.
Yes.
Let's explain this, and had been struggling for a time.
Yes, the use
please.
of the tense in this sentence would be the sentence focus on how long an activity continued.
Yes,
actually.
the sentence focuses on how long an activity continued.
Yes.
Well, dear colleagues, we would like to talk more about this unit because there are many things we need to talk about. We have everyday English, the writing, but unfortunately, and sorry to say that, we are short of time. So because we need to end our session for today, as they told me.
Yeah,
okay,
sure.
I'd like to thank you very much for joining us in this session, and I hope that we gave benefit to our students. Well, dear students, I hope that the session was useful or had been useful. We tried to do our best, but we are short of time. We needed to speak about the everyday English and the writing task, but maybe later on. Thank you very much for joining, and see you later. Goodbye.
See you.